Good morning from the north. Tank's looking beautiful. Our big guy's looking perky. He's got his fins straight up. He's looking better every day. He's adapting nicely. This little guy's actually really adapted well. And you can see he showed up a little on the thin side too. And the same can be said for her. Where is she? Where's the big girl gone? Yeah, she's up top. Same can be said for her. She's a little bony up the sides here, but it's not horrible. And her forehead's good. There's nothing wrong with her. She could just use a bit of weight. But she's higher in the tank this morning, which is a good sign. Her gill function looks fine. It's always looked fine. He's holding his right gill, so right now he tends to show us his left side. He was holding his right gill last night, and he only started doing that shortly before I changed the water. Looks like he still might be holding it now, but there's not an extreme difference between the gills, and my pH is definitely just making them a little uncomfortable. That's all that is. Now, in my early days, if I saw that with these fish, say, a year and a half ago, I would be panicking and thinking, oh my God, gill flukes. But that's not what's going on here. It's just because of the water change, the environmental change. And I've seen this before. And like I said, I panicked in the past and went, oh my God, gill flukes, and started basically needlessly treating the fish. That's not what's going on here. It's just adapting to the water conditions. I've even seen this over at Big Owls. Sometimes they come in and you'll see when they just release their fish, they'll hold the gill because the water is just so drastically different that they're struggling with it. And then you go back in a day or two and it stops. So, but this did only just start last night. I saw him do it for the longest he could have been doing it was for an hour. So, and then when I noticed he was holding and I was inspecting that, I saw her start flashing off rocks, and so I was like, okay, something's up, and I did a water change. So today, after this video, I'm going to fill the barrels. I'm going to let them rest. Later in the day, I'm going to gravel vacuum and just clean everything up real good, and do another one, just to get them through this period. I don't want, I probably did a little bit of burn damage last night, and it's really that simple with these fish. If you're not, you got to be observant, you got to be on your game, and when you change something, you got to really watch for a while. Now some might say, well, Sean, you just added 3 fish to the tank, so maybe your biocycle is off, but I'm not seeing any indication of that on my tags or my test kits. My biocycle should be able to handle 3 more fish. This tank normally has 2 more in it, but of course I sent them away to a friend's house, and he's trying to breed them over there while I work on the other active pair here. And we're both kind of having similar success rates, and it's just because the fish are young. So they're knocking on the door for being successful breeders, and we just got to coax them into that. So he is an experienced discus breeder. He's produced several broods. He actually produced the German Stenkers I have. So we sent him back the German Stenker setup so that he can produce more of them. And he will. I have all my faith in him. This might take several months, but he'll get there. and they're going to be beautiful. And at the same time, I can gauge my progress by I try while he tries. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. He knows what he's doing. I don't know what I'm doing. The breeding disc is a totally new thing to me. So it's good to send off the pair to him, and he gets to raise up. He's got a 250-gallon tank. He wants to raise his own fish from scratch, right? So a clean pair and produce clean babies, and then no other fish in the tank. He wants them perfect from the start. So that's what he's gonna be doing. And why not? Why not do it with stinkers, right? So I know he's gonna be successful. I can't wait to see it a year from now when they're grown up. But yeah, coolest fish out there. Our good friend and longtime subscriber JT is officially in the market. He's actually found a source of discus, and I believe he's just hunting for a tank. So he's going to have to get his tank going. He's already got all the bio media, and then he's got enough tanks there to kickstart a tank really nice. He knows what to do. But yeah, and he keeps like very clear water. So I can't wait to see what he does with these fish. It's going to be fun. And Ben Ozark's finally getting his discus going. He'll be running UV as well. We've discussed my theories in the past. Me and Ben, we've had discussions here and there. Nothing recently, but we've talked a lot in the past. So he understands UV. He used it to solve a hole in the head problem he was having. I suggested, hey, you're doing great with the meds, but also do this. And he tried it, and he had great success. And so he will definitely be running UVs on his new discus. He already has the UV ready to go. And it's great. It's great. I like seeing people getting into discus. It's a beautiful thing. They're beautiful fish. We're making aquariums great again. We're making people want to reach out and kiss the sky. And it's great. So many people have been afraid of these fish. And there's a lot of considerations when it comes to them. They're delicate. There's no lying there, but they're not impossible. And with the right mindset, anyone can do this. And you just can't achieve a more beautiful tank than a tank full of discus, in my opinion. Unless you step into the saltwater world, and then there's a whole new, you think these guys are hard. Some of that saltwater stuff is just wow. The workload would be 10 times higher to do it right. I mean, you can just keep saltwater fish just like you can keep any fish, but then there's doing it right and getting results. And that takes work. But see, right now my workload's a little high on this tank because I got to worry about these new fish, and I don't want to hurt them. But once they adapt, this tank goes back to a 4-day water change situation, and it's overstocked like mad, and I can still go 4 days. And the fish are fine, and my growth rates will be perfect. And, you know, it's only because my fish are pH sensitive right now, the new ones, and I have to accommodate for that. Because if I stress, it's going to take them probably about a week, maybe even a little longer, to truly adapt to the switch. And if I leave them in distress that long, they're just going to get sick on me. Because stress leads to illness. Illness leads to starvation and death. And it's kind of like hypothermia, you know? You get to this point of no return, and then they just start to crash hard. So it's very important to keep their stress down. And if you can do that, they just live their lives and everything's fine. You don't have any problems. Consistency and low stress, and they're very easy fish. You just got to keep yourself in that mindset. There's no slacking off, though. If you want to slack off, then you got to buy equipment to make sure that you're making up for it. That's where I'm at the 4-day water change. It's actually lazy in discus terms, but you filter for it, you behave properly, you can make it happen. Hope you all have a great day.